without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Sophie Harding now, who's going to talk from Velindre Cancer Centre, who's going to talk about my pharmacy journey so far.
Hi everyone, I'm just bringing the slides up.
Great, yeah, we got them.
Hi, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sophie Harding and I'm an advanced oncology pharmacist at Velindre Cancer Centre in Cardiff. Cardiff isn't as pretty as Swansea, so we haven't got any beach pictures, but so you'll have to do with this cartoon picture. So just going to talk about my research journey so far. So I think it all stems back from when I was when I undertook my non-medical prescribing qualifications, and I became involved with the breast and gynae teams that I worked alongside as a pharmacist prescriber, and then attending conferences, etc. And then with regards to the next stage, then I become more interested in undertaking my own kind of research. So I converted my postgraduate diploma into an MSc in clinical pharmacy, undertaking a study which was actually funded kindly by the gynae oncology team to manage the chemo-induced nausea and vomiting in gynae oncology patients, and then presented this study at conferences. I then became more involved in research with the breast team, as I was involved in data collecting and the setup of a project or a study looking at the health resource utilisation of HER2-positive breast cancer patients, and more recently a joint working partnership with Novartis to set up a pharmacy-led metastatic breast cancer clinic pilot, and that's developed my taste for research. So then I was looking to become involved in to do a professional doctorate, which is known as a PharmD in the world of pharmacy. And I wanted to undertake a PharmD for the reasons being is that I felt that at the time it would be more flexible around my home life. I obviously needed to undertake some extra training to develop my skills or start developing my skills within research. But I also wanted to undertake a course which was related, or research that was related to my current role, because I didn't want to have to give up my current role to be able to do this. And also I did initially start self-funding, but I later obtained funding through Velindre. And there's the PharmD, just for reference, is a course which you have to complete 4 research projects which are linked, which are then submitted as a final thesis with 4 publishable quality journal articles from each of the projects or studies, and a viva. So with regards to my PharmD research journey, overall title was investigating non-medical prescribing within oncology. And the first 2 projects I set up looking at the opinions of firstly the NMPs and opinions on oncology, general oncology NMP practice, and then the opinions of medical prescribers and senior managers on oncology NMP practice within Velindre. The third project was looking at the opinions of non-medical prescribing training post-qualifying as an NMP within the Cancer Centre, and which is nearly complete. And then the 4th project involves looking at consultant oncology opinions on non-medical prescribing training post-qualifying. So the first project, I undertook focus groups for pharmacists and nurses, and the participants were randomly selected using a random selection tool within Microsoft Excel. And then I did a thematic analysis on the data, the qualitative data that I collected to explore this further in the future studies. The second project, the same approach. So I undertook some focus groups with consultants, senior registrars and senior managers, and then thematically analysed the data. Between the 2 studies, the themes that came out were sort of umbrella terms of the barriers and benefits of non-medical prescribing, and also looking at the collaboration element of non-medical prescribing, and also training, NMP training post-qualifying. So I then picked that final theme with regards to training to take into the final 2 studies, And the third study, I've looked at the performed semi-structured interviews with non-medical prescribers from pharmacists, nurses and radiographers. So at this stage, I included radiographers because I understand the legislation changed in about 2017 with regards to radiographers being able to practice as independent prescribers. In the previous studies, I did exclude them because they weren't able to practice as independent prescribers, and their practice obviously wasn't in the same way. So this study has been completed, and then the final study, I've just completed data collection, issuing an electronic survey out to consultant oncologists to explore their views of non-medical prescribing training post-qualifying. So with regards to my challenges of my research that I've undertaken within my PharmD, the challenge was initially trying to find funding to undertake my PharmD, because as in Velindre, the pharmacy department doesn't have any budget at all for education and training. So I had to explore the routes, and there was really quite a lengthy process of speaking to different individuals and support and help from the consultants that I was working with in clinic, to being put in touch with the director of nursing and be able to obtain funding through the Charitable Funds Committee. The PharmD, which I identified as I felt was appropriate for me at the time, was not offered in Wales, so I had to go elsewhere within England for universities that offered that course in England. And at the time, 7 years ago, when I started doing my PharmD, there was limited guidance around pharmacy research, and certainly to do with undertaking a PharmD, which now things obviously have changed. We've got an All Wales pharmacy research group, and there's more sort of things becoming available and things are developing. But at the time, it was quite difficult to find out information and know who to go to for guidance. I didn't have any study leave allocation with my undertaking my course. So I think a learning point is always obviously making sure you've got that study leave to, and may have completed it a bit quicker, but also looking at my personal life as well. With regards to having 2 children doing my PharmD, I wouldn't recommend it, but I did have 2 years out of maternity leave as well. So that's why it's taken me so long to complete. And I don't know if anybody's got any questions.